Hi, my name is Connie Horton. I am going to go over week 5 in your diabetes education program. I am a diabetes educator and have done diabetes education for more than 25 years and also have type 1 diabetes for over 40 years. Today we are going to go over a few different things. We're going to talk about mindful eating, dining out, challenges to being physically active, weight loss for better glucose management, and medications for glucose management. You worked and set some goals in week 3. How are your goals going? Remember, any progress toward your goal is progress. In week 7, you will review your goal again and reevaluate your goal at that time. Let's start off today by talking about mindful eating for better health. On page 52 in your book, there's information about mindful eating for better health. What does it mean when we talk about mindful eating? It means focusing on paying attention to the signals your body naturally gives for hunger and satisfaction. It also helps you enjoy your meals, develop eating patterns that are better for your health, improve your sense of well-being, and can even help with weight loss or prevention of weight gain. This next slide shows a hunger scale, where 0 means you're starving, 10 means you're stuffed. We want to think about this scale when we are eating or prior to eating. We want to eat when we are hungry, which is at stage 1 or 2 on the scale. But we want to stop eating when we are satisfied or full, which would be 5 to 8 on the scale. We want to avoid being stuffed, which is 9 or 10, or actually being starved at 0. There are some things that we can do to eat mindfully. The first thing is set a regular schedule for eating. You want to take plenty time to eat. Want to eat at a table. Eat with other people. Definitely use that hunger scale we just talked about to determine whether it is time for you to eat. Make sure you're just present when eating and not distracted. There are other examples in Eating for Better Health pamphlet. On the last page, the one that has like the copyright signal on your Eating for Better Health pamphlet, that's the page that has information on how I can eat mindfully at the top of that page. Eating while distracted takes focus away from your eating, and many people miss their hunger and satiety clues. Taking a few bites of food while watching TV, talking on the phone, or searching the internet or reading prevents you from smelling, seeing, tasting, and experiencing your food. The process of learning to eat mindfully can take time and practice. We're going to do a mindful eating exercise now. Last week, your instructor told you to bring a taste of a food that you could have to use for this lesson. If you do not have that, pause the lesson now and go get that food item. If you're back and have your food item, let's get started. You should have your food item out, and we're going to do the mindful eating exercise. I'm going to talk you through it right now. I want you to think about being a beginner with eating. Maybe you're from Mars and you're here to discover that all exists on Earth. Act as if you've never seen this object before that you're eating now. I'm going to use a raisin as an example for our mindful eating exercise. Yours may be something totally different, and that is fine as well. Right now, I want you to take that item, and with all your senses, I want you to look at that item and see it. I would like for you to smell it. If it's in some type of package, I would like for you to hear what's going on with that item. I want you to touch the item. And lastly, we are going to taste the item. So take a few minutes right now and look at the item, smell the item, listen to the item, touch the item, and do those things. Spend a good deal of time with your item. Notice how you feel as you experience this little object. Watch your judgments, because this item is brand new to you. Now I want you to take the item and raise it toward your mouth and place it between your lips. Hold it there. Notice what you feel as it rests there. Notice what your desires are. Notice what is stirred up in you. Now with your eyes closed, I'd like for you to let the raisin roll back into your mouth, or whatever your food item might be. Let it rest in your mouth before you start to chew. Notice how your mouth experiences this. I want you to keep your eyes closed. But now I'd like for you to bite down only one time and ask yourself, what do I notice? Do I notice the taste, the texture? Do I notice my own saliva is increasing or decreasing? Do I have a desire to swallow after one bite? Now we're going to keep chewing slowly with your eyes closed. Continue until the item is completely liquefied before you swallow. Now notice the experience of swallowing all the way down. Sit quietly for a few moments. Notice the impact of what you've just done. How eating mindfully is different than your usual way of consuming food. How are you feeling? I personally sometimes eat my food so fast I hardly taste it. Mindful eating lets us taste our food and experience our food. On page 53 in your book, I'd like for you to write down some ideas you can do for eating mindfully. You can pause now in the lecture so you can fill out that page. Next, we're going to talk about dining out. How can we manage portion sizes when we dine out? On page 54 of your Type 2 Diabetes Basics book has information on eating out. We always recommend avoiding buffet style and all-you-can-eat restaurants. We tend to overeat when we eat at those types of restaurants. Sometimes even choosing items from the seniors list or the children's menu or side dish or a la carte menu helps reduce our portion sizes. One thing I sometimes do is choose something on the a la carte. If I go eat Mexican food, I might choose one enchilada off the a la carte menu instead of getting a whole meal. We can skip extra large, deluxe, and supersized options. How about sharing menu items? Do you share a meal with someone that you're with? When you get your meal, you can box half of your order and eat the other half. Also on that page, in your Eating for Better Health pamphlet, has information that says, what if I eat away from home? It's on the same page as How Can I Eat Mindfully, and gives information on eating out. Of course, planning ahead always helps when you eat out. Maybe selecting a restaurant that has better for you foods. Checking restaurant websites or an app for the menu and nutrition information before deciding what to eat. On this slide, we're going to look at different items that are good for you and some that are not so good for you. The ones under the green arrow are the better for you items, and you should choose these items more often. The red arrow points to items that should be chosen less often. So when we're choosing our meats, we probably could choose baked, broiled, grilled, steamed, broth-based soups, salads or fresh fruits, water, coffee, and sweet tea. Things we need to stay away from are fried or breaded or buttery foods, cream-based soups, chips or fries, lemonade, sweet tea, and soda. Anyone have any other ideas in helping when eating out? You might put salad dressing on the side. Or if you're going to eat pizza, order a salad as well. Eat your salad first so you don't eat as much pizza. Complete your plate by adding fruits or vegetables instead of chips or fries. Look at your glucose results after you eat and see how your blood sugars do, so the next time you eat, maybe you can make some changes to see when you eat at that restaurant again, some changes that might make better glucose results for after you eat. Let's say if you're high after eating pasta, then make the pasta only a quarter of your plate and get the rest of it to go. Also, if you feel like you eat too much or have eaten too much, you can always go for a walk after you eat to help the blood sugar to stay down. You might want to consider dining out less often. If you dine out daily, consider changing to every other day. Eating at home lets you better manage your food choices. Meal planning, grocery store shopping, and meal preparation helps you pick better for you foods. Now let's talk about physical activity. Being physically active most days of the week can improve glucose management. Many people with or without diabetes face barriers to doing regular physical activity. There are 4 common challenges: being too busy, not motivated, your activity is boring, or you may have pain when you exercise. Think about these and see if you're experiencing any of these. Are there any other barriers you might be experiencing? Always remember that any activity that gets your body moving is very beneficial. If you have physical limitations, you will need to work with your healthcare team to find an activity that's just right for you. You should always ask your healthcare team what exercises that are appropriate for you. How do you overcome challenges to being physically active? Be realistic. Don't set goals too high that are unable to complete. Schedule a time to do the activity. Write it down. Keep it in your calendar. Maybe finding a partner would help you exercise better. Set goals. Track your progress. You might try something new, like online classes. Might listen to music or podcasts while you're exercising. Most important thing is to do what you can do and do it often and make changes slowly. By eating better for you foods and being physically active, you can have a benefit of 5 to 10% weight loss. Our next slide talks about that. On page 58 in your Type 2 Diabetes Basics book, you will also notice information about losing weight. Losing weight improves insulin resistance, lowers cholesterol levels, lowers blood pressure, lessens pain in the joints and improves ability to move around, lowers risk for sleep apnea, lowers risk for cancer, improves sexual function, and improves mood and overall quality of health. Remember, there is a relationship between insulin resistance, when the key doesn't fit that keyhole to open up the cell doors, and the development of diabetes. Losing weight helps your body be more sensitive to insulin and can actually lower your blood glucose level. If you're not at a healthy weight, then losing 5 to 10% of your body weight can do all these things we have mentioned. It also might decrease your need for medicines as it lowers your glucose levels. On page 59 in your book, you see some information about what a 5 to 10% weight loss will be at the top of that page. So if you weigh 200 pounds and want to lose 5%, you would need to lose 10 pounds. If you weigh 200 pounds and want to lose 10%, you need to lose 20 pounds. So anywhere between a 10 and 20 pound weight loss, if you're 200 pounds, is going to be beneficial in helping you control your blood sugar levels. You can also look at your Eating for Better Health pamphlet to choose healthier foods in portions that fit into your 9-inch plate. When you adopt the Eating for Better Health plan, you're likely to lose weight. We will talk about weight loss plans in another session. Let's talk about medications. Medications work in different ways. Some of them help your body release more insulin. Some help the body use insulin better. Some make your liver release less glucose. Some help your kidneys remove glucose. And then, of course, you can give your body extra insulin by taking insulin. There's medication that's given by mouth, by injection, which is going to be your insulin and non-insulin type. On page 126 to 131 in your book has more information on the different types of medication. Non-insulin medications can also help you lose weight sometimes. Insulin can be given once daily, which is called background or basal insulin, or it can be given multiple times a day. Page 126 to 131 in your book has more information on all the different types of medication. Let's look at a prescription label and what it looks like. Note in the prescription label shown, this is not a medicine that is given for diabetes. So what you see on the prescription label here, if we start on the left-hand side, of course we show the pharmacy name and pharmacy address, your prescription number, which is the number used to refill your medication, your name, instructions about how often and when to take the medicine, the name of the medication and the strength of the drug, and the number of refills that are available. We also have the doctor's name, drugstore phone number, and the date the prescription was filled. All of these things are important. And some of them will also have an expiration date at the bottom of the label that says used before and the date it should be used by. Do you know what medicines you are taking? You also have a wallet card that is in your packet. I would like for you to take it out and let's take a look at it. On the front side of your card has information about recent vaccines. Also has where you can write your doctor's names and phone numbers in and your pharmacy that you use. It's got a place for your name, your phone number, an emergency contact name, and their phone number. The other side is where you're going to write down your medication. If you know when your medicine was started, you want to write the start date, the drug name and strength, how much you're taking, when do you take it, what time of day you take it, why you take the medication, and then it repeats the same information again. So you can divide this card in half to fill out for as many drugs that you're currently taking. I would like for you to fill this card out after class today and start carrying it in your wallet. That's the end of week 5 information. Think about your successes. Write them down over the next couple weeks. On page 62 in your book is a place you can write them down. And we're going to review your goal in 2 weeks. Think about challenges you face and your own ideas for overcoming those challenges. It may be in exercise, your medication, or eating out, because we've covered all of these today. For next week, we'd like for you to bring your Diabetes Basics book, My Food Plan pamphlet. We'd like for you to complete your daily log for 1 week. And remember, your log is the one where you write down your food and your exercise and your blood glucose levels and the medicines you're taking. And if you've used all your space on your log, create your own. Hopefully next week you'll be able to attend class with your educator and be able to do week 6 of class and the rest of the classes 7, 8, 9, and 10. Have a good day.